Hi and welcome to This is English. Today we're going to talk about a really typical mistake that I hear every day, and the good news is it's very easy to fix this mistake. We're talking about the difference between grow and grow up. Now, what grows? The answer is everything grows. Trees grow, businesses grow, numbers of YouTube visitors and subscribers and users hopefully will grow. People say, I want my English to grow. Yeah, you can say you want your English to grow, but maybe there's different words. You could say, I hope my English improves. I hope I can better my English. These types of things. However, students always say, I want to grow up my English. This doesn't really make sense because grow up is only really used in one way, and that is to describe your childhood. Here's my example. I grew up in the north of England. Now, obviously now I'm a little bit older. I told you before that I'm 30. I'm finished growing up. Some people might disagree with me, but physically and mentally, I'm not a child anymore, hopefully, if that makes sense. Now, growing up, as I said, is to do with mental maturity. It could also to do with physical maturity. But the important thing is, if you're talking about grow up, you're only talking about people. Usually, we're going to use the past. So, I grew up in the north of England. Now I live in London, it's in the south of England. Now, let's look at the other one, which is grow. As I said before, everything grows. Anything that goes in this direction is growing. I hope that makes sense. To grow versus grow up. Now let's look at two slightly different things expressing the same idea, but we're talking about what your parents did or what happened to you. Example, I was raised in the north of England. Different way of saying it, I was brought up in the north of England. The difference is, I grew up is something that I did. This is active. I was brought up, I was raised, it's passive. Now, if you've got questions on the differences between active and passive, please look at the worksheet which is linked to this video, and it hopefully will make it clear to you. So let's look at those things again. To grow versus grow up, raised and brought up, the active and the passive. And just to finish, I'm going to leave you with a phrase, and we can use this phrase. I was born and bred in the north of England. It's a typical phrase, and you can use this to talk about in your exam questions for IELTS, for TOEFL. It's a really nice colloquial phrase that you can use. I was born and bred in the north. Hope that's been helpful, everyone, and hopefully we'll see you again on This is English.